I guess that's my signal to say hello. I'm Stan Marshall, and welcome everybody, and particularly Dijana Winter. On behalf of the spiritual director, Barb Adams, and all of our members, whether you're members or just people who show up, as is Amber, we welcome all of you here and all those viewing our service from home this morning to Unity Rochester Spiritual Center. Each of us is here right now, and I hope you feel that, making up a spiritual energy that is a safe and holy place. We come together to celebrate our unity. An interesting question, celebrating our unity. Hello, Mitchell, Wendy. Our oneness in, with, and as expressions of the holy presence we call God, consciousness, divine mind, source, love, all sorts of names for God. We enfold in light and love all the people in all spiritual gatherings around the world. And if you're new to unity, that's very genuinely true. We're open to everybody and every approach. It's all heading towards God, regardless of the name and the route you take. Is anybody here for the first time? Oh, you are? Okay, well, collect money from her right away. She may not come a second. You're here for a first time too. Good. Well, you're going to get a packet. We won't catch you for the money until the second time. Okay? Become serious now for a moment. Our opening prayer. We become still now and turn to God within. We become still now and turn to God within. Dearest Creator, I am Source. We open our minds and hearts to you now as we turn our attention away from external conditions and appearances. That includes backaches, injured ribs. Do you ring a bell with a couple of you here? Okay. From external appearances and joyously seek your presence within. Interesting. Those are important words. We can say them kind of glibly, but they're really important. We come knowing that where two or more are gathered in your name, power and love are present. We come for joy, for peace, for the affirmation of our oneness with you, for our affirmation of our oneness with you. Boy, I'd underline that one. And with all creation. Thank you for each other in whom and with whom we recognize our Christ self. Another one I'd underscore, Christ self. What the heck does that really mean? For the music, for art, poetry, spiritual teachers, and the many avenues that awaken our soul. An avenue for me like sailing or skiing or camping. Those are all avenues. We are here because of the inevitable longing in the hearts of humanity to be home, and we fold everyone in this present moment of grace. Amen. I think that's it. The prayer box is being brought up today. Is it Sue? Prayer box is being brought up today by our chaplain, Sue Breuer. Anyone can submit a prayer, gratitude, or request for prayer in the box. Our chaplains respond with affirmative and loving care to all that is contained within. Also, these prayers are sent on to Silent Unity, which is at Lee's Summit outside of Kansas City, where they're prayed for 24 hours a day for 30 days. And that's been happening for over 100 years. Knowing that someone is praying for us and with us encourages us to believe that good is unfolding in our life. This turns us from worry, hopefully it's turning us from worry, and open us to gratitude, making way for the highest good to manifest. Today, William Turner is going to be our daily word reader. William, where are you hiding? Oh, there you are. Okay, good. Okay. Come on up and read. You know, we paid you big bucks to do this, so get up here.
The check hasn't cleared yet.
No, the check hasn't cleared, and it may not.
Well, good morning, everyone. Two things that I'm very happy about today. Number one is that the Bills are 3-0. And number two, to look around and see our director in the building. Just so glad about that. Now, as I've read the Daily Word before, I've tried to encourage people not only to read it, but to inculcate it inside you. You know, use it as a GPS, like we all use when we're traveling around, wanting to know to plot our direction. If you take the Daily Word, it'll help you plot your spiritual direction. So it's something that we shouldn't just wait until Sunday to read. We should use it every day, and it'll make a big difference in our lives. I know it has in mine. With that said, the world becomes beautiful when I find God in it. When I'm fully present to life, I find beauty everywhere. Looking up at shimmering stars, walking through a field of marigolds, or sitting by the ocean. I rejoice in the beauty of nature. It truly is a wonderful world. The beauty that delights my senses also lives in me. The presence of God does not just surround me, it is within me also. My divine gifts, along with my talents and unique abilities, make me a beautiful and integral part of the world. When I live into the fullness of my divinity, the expression of my humanity is simply beautiful. I am a radiant spiritual being, an individuation of the divine. I honor the presence of God within myself and all others. We are beautiful. And from Psalms 27:4, one thing I ask of the Lord, that I will seek after, to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord.
Please join in singing hymn number 74, In the Silence. In the silence, there is a sacred place, a sacred meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, it is there. In the light, you will find that you know peace of mind. In the silence, your path is paved in gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there. Peace is there. God is there. It is there.
I believe we have the Lord's Prayer. Our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Thank you. Well, we're very pleased today to have Dijana Winter, longtime therapist in the Boston area, and certainly a teacher and mentor in the area of Course in Miracles, speak today in A Path to Enlightenment. And I'm certainly eager to learn about that path. As my road gets shorter and shorter, I need to find out before I take off. Anyhow, so she's promised to help me figure that one out. So, Dijana, you're on. We paid you big bucks. She's really quite a delight if you don't know Dijana Winter.
If I don't stumble. Okay. I'm Dijana. Thank you for being here and for having me speak to you. Oh, what am I talking? Isn't this working? Yeah. Okay? Okay. I do have a number of pages, you might notice, but it's only because the print is this big. So I want to assure you that I'm aware of that we have a picnic today, and so I'll make every effort to stay on focus. Today I'm going to be talking about a path to enlightenment. And most of us, if not all of us, live with the assumption that enlightenment is something special, and it's only available to a certain few, and that it's out of the reach of each and every one of us. But what I'd like to do is offer you some ideas as to why that isn't true. Some ideas as to what enlightenment is, what it means, and what it has to do with us, what it has to do with you, right now, every day. A path to enlightenment helps us to recognize that any and every problem we ever encounter has to do with the belief that we are separate from God. And believing that we're separate from God, we believe that God is absent from our lives, and therefore we believe we suffer lack. Lack in all forms. A path of enlightenment helps us to get in touch with the idea of what God is and what we are. And I know that the word God means a lot of different things to people. And so I offer you this. Mary Baker Eddy said that God is a word, but that God represents, the word God represents life, represents spirit, soul, mind, love. It represents principle and truth. She says that what God is life, spirit, love, etc. If we accept the omnipresence of God, then we have to consider the immediacy of God in our lives right now, of the immediacy of divine love, of divine spirit, of divine soul. And soul is simply our identity. It's not some, I don't know what you call it, but it is simply what we are. God is soul, the soul that we are, the identity that we are. And then, if we accept that, we have to, or might consider the fact that God is the only life. God is the only life. God is all. Which brings us to the idea, the first principle in unity, that God is all. But what does that mean? We hear the phrase, God is all, but what does it tell you? We believe that we are bodies, and that identity rests in the body, a body separate and apart from God, separate and apart from one another. A body subject to change, opposing characteristics and qualities, conflicting behaviors, conflicting thoughts, conflicting principles. And truth in the world is a matter of perception. A Course in Miracles teaches that creation is the sum of all God. Creation is the sum of all God's thoughts. Unlimited, infinite, the opposite of all illusion. For creation, the Holy Son of God is the truth. We believe that creation is the material world, material bodies. What I'll call them higher teachings or other teachings offer the idea that it is so much more than that. We are so much more than that. Unity's second principle states that you are God. You are God. How does that feel? How does it make you feel to consider the possibility that you are God? A lot of people think that's a pretty arrogant statement to make. But what enlightenment, the path to enlightenment, helps us to understand is what God is. And therefore it helps us to understand what we are. And that God isn't something unavailable to us or something that we are unworthy of. We can never be unworthy of God. We can never be unworthy of love. We can never be unworthy or lacking or any of that, but we believe we are. So the second principle in unity states that you are God. A Course in Miracles teaches that God holds you dear, for you are Himself. God holds you dear, for you are Himself. Imagine yourself walking with that and holding it as truth. It also says, very gently does God smile upon Himself, loving the extension of Himself that is His Son. That's what you are, His Son. There is not some one Son, one man that is Son. You are His Son, and what that means is the intrinsic nature of your holiness, of your very being, is the Son of God. The extension of God speaks to what the Christ is. That's simply what the Christ is. All of what God is what you are. All of what God is summed up or referred to as Christ's self. Again, it isn't something special and outside of the possibility for us living that. We are it. And that's what a path to enlightenment can help us to understand and to help us to live from. Christ is the you that is the extension of God himself. Christ, the outbreath of God, is soul, and your soul is simply your identity. Christ's nature is beyond matter. As the infinite, invisible Christ, our existence finds its true home in the spiritual realm of love. The Bible teaches us that we live and move and have our being in God, the spiritual realm of enlightenment, or the spiritual realm of love, rather. So, because you, the Son of God, dreaming a dream of separation, are the image and likeness of God, you are the attributes, the thoughts and qualities of God. You are the attributes, qualities, etc., of your transcendent self, which is changeless. You, the you of you, is changeless. And we think that in any second and every moment, we're changing. You cannot be in the reality of the divine other than what you are. We cannot be anything other than the truth of what we are. If we're the truth, how can we not be? Anything that suggests otherwise is a lie. It's a flat-out lie about who we are and who we see our brother and sister to be when we fail to acknowledge the very nature of love that we are, that they are. Christ's nature is beyond matter, but awakened, aligned with our Christ self, we use the body to give expression to God in the world, and so we live as the hands and feet of God. So we either live a life of duality or a life of oneness. Charles Fillmore said, "There is a good, substantial, eternal life right here present, and the object of our existence is to make contact with it." A great, substantial, eternal life right here present, says Charles Fillmore, and the object of our existence is to make contact with that life. I suggest that it isn't simply to make contact with it, but it is to unite with it, to become it, to recognize our oneness with it and live it. It being God, that which you are. To internalize and live through and as that oneness is to live an enlightened existence. That's all it is. To live the truth is to live an enlightened existence. Again, it isn't something that's available to only special people. It's available, and at one level, the responsibility of each and every one of us is what we're really here for, to wake up to the truth of what we are. It's what unity teaches. Its first principle and I'm ahead of myself, says, you are God. So eventually I'll get to that part. But in the meantime, there is a call within each and every one of us to realize and fully embrace the fact that God is all and that our soul, our eternal identity, is indivisible from the life, from the mind, from the spirit, soul that is God, from the selfhood of God. I did say Joel Goldsmith said, but I forget if I did or not, so I'm going to say it again. Joel Goldsmith said that in the end, no, I didn't say it. In the end, the only relationship will be our relationship with our Creator, the relationship of oneness. In the end, the only relationship will be our relationship with our Creator, the relationship of oneness. Simply put, we are called to live the truth. Enlightenment is nothing more than a recognition of the truth, because our true identity is never not the truth. It's that simple. A path of enlightenment helps us to respond to the call to awaken by teaching us what we are in ways that we understand it. It also helps us recognize all that we are by teaching us what God is not, what love is not. Do we get that? By coming to recognize all that God is not, all that love is not, we discover what we can never be. We can never be what love is not. We can never be whole, complete, perfect, wondrous. So how do we open ourselves to all of that? Last week, the prayer chaplains spoke about stillness. We were reminded of the teaching to be still and listen. Listen to the truth. A change in perception occurs along a path of enlightenment as we listen to the truth, to an inner wisdom. We listen to an inner wisdom, and we are taught about truth. We are called to take ownership that our inner wisdom teaches us that there is only God, and that our essential nature is inseparable from God's allness. We're called to uncover the truth of our inner majesty. And what we are is an inner majesty beyond human understanding. It's what you are. You are the holy innocence, the inseparable self from God. You are guiltless. That's what you are. And that's what we learn by listening to the truth. You cannot be guilty of anything. You cannot be without holiness. You cannot be unworthy of love. As you awaken to your true identity, you'll find that you no longer reference the past or depend on the external to find definition, peace, health, happiness, abundance. And we discover that we have what we are. We have abundance because we are abundance. We are the abundant allness of God. We have peace because we are peace. We have health because we are health. Health is inner peace, says the Course in Miracles. The understanding that the will of God is wholly without opposite. You are the will of God. Therefore, you are without opposite. In reality, in spite of all appearances in form that tell us we're something else, that tell us the other is something else, the only reality is the reality of a divine love. Love is always loving, no matter what we see, no matter what we experience. As the will of God, you are happiness, strength, joy, and trust, and trust. And in divine reality, we never can be the opposite of any of that. As the will, the expression of love, you are complete. There can be no lack. As the selfhood of God, we can experience the will of God here and now because having and being are inseparable. We have what we are. Consider that. We have what we are. And if we are the incredible majesty, abundance, everything, all that God is, we can't lack anything. We believe we can. But the path to enlightenment teaches us that it's not true and that we can awaken to our inner abundance, our inner health, our inner peace, our innate joy and happiness. So having and being are inseparable, and we have what we are. So I'm coming to the end eventually. Tell me if I'm going on, okay? Think of something that you want. Just give some thought to something that you want, and what does it represent to you? Think about what does it represent? I'll give you an example. When I came to New York, I bought a condo knowing that I would move because I wanted to live somewhere in the Finger Lakes between Skaneateles, where I lived before I went to Boston, and Fairport, where my son and his family live. That's what I wanted. And I had all figured out exactly what it would look like, where it was, what surrounded me, blah, blah, blah. 2 years later, I'd never found anything. In the meantime, I was living with friends or finally got a studio apartment until I finally found something. And how I found it, I truly believe this, is I remembered to ask for what is mine. So I thought about what does home represent? And the things I can think of right now are I wanted security, I wanted privacy. Did I want privacy? I don't know that that has to do with God. I tried to stick with the qualities of God. I wanted security, I wanted quiet, I wanted peace, I wanted safety. All those things are mine. All those things are ours because it is what God is and what is offered to us. By really praying on that and holding that as my want, if you will, while recognizing that it already exists, not in form, it exists because it is what God is. It is what we are, what I am. And within a short period of time, I bought a townhouse just north of the village of Fairport, which has nothing to do with what I laid out in the country, with the water, all that good stuff. But you know, in the end, it turned out that it's exactly what I needed. It served me. It benefited me in a lot of ways, and I feel grateful for it. Peace, security, quiet, safety are ours to experience because they are what we are. Abundance, health, happiness are ours because living in harmony with our Christ nature, these things unfold naturally. All needs are met. By being who we are, our lives unfold. How do I say this? The things that appear in our lives, in our world, reflects our God-like qualities, thoughts and qualities, attributes, in ways we understand and that truly benefit us. The aspects and qualities of the divine are ours because inseparable from God, we are its allness. They are ours, but not always in the way we want them to be, but always in the way that in the end give us peace and happiness. So, what has this got to do with the path to enlightenment? Turning to our inner wisdom for guidance, it gives us evidence it gives us evidence of something beyond our understanding. And as we learn to trust that something, we begin to learn what it is and discover what we are. So to finish up, I ask you to consider the idea of fragrance. Consider the idea of fragrance. What does fragrance mean to us, to you? I woke up one morning and I heard the words, "You are the fragrance of love." You are the fragrance of love. And what I understood is it wasn't saying, Dijana, you as a body, you as a person, are the fragrance of love, but you, the eternal out breath of God, are the fragrance of love. And I thought about what is a fragrance. It's the expressed essence of its source. Silent and invisible, it extends beyond its source, radiating out and affecting all it touches. Silent and invisible, it radiates out, touching all and affecting it without being seen. The source isn't seen, but becomes known by its effect. We come to know something of a rose or a lilac or whatever when we are touched by its sense. We come to know something of God when we are touched by its goodness, by its protection, by its safety, by its provision, by its incredible love for us. Its infinite failure to not love us, to not be present. Your innate being is the essence of God. You are the fragrance of love. You are, I promise you, that is what you are. The fragrance of love, the emanation of all that is worthy, all that is God. Along a path of enlightenment, you learn to live as fragrance. Our whole human personality doesn't do the work. Source has an effect through its essence. We are its essence. Thank you. So now, we're going to do a meditation, okay? Okay. So settle back, let your body relax. Breathe. And imagine that you are climbing a set of stairs or walking along a gentle hill. And at the top or ahead of you is nothing more than is light. As you walk to the light, you find yourself relaxing more and more. As you walk to the light, you begin to notice something in yourself that feels different. As you move forward to the light, all sense of your physical body begins to disappear. And all that's left is the you that is light. Allow yourself to be still and experience that sense of light. Experience that love. And ask, what do you want me to recognize? When you're ready, slowly allow your awareness to come back into the room. Just breathe. And trust that whatever came to you will stay with you. When you're ready, open your eyes. Catherine, do you want to turn up the lights? Thank you. Was it okay?
Your mic is on.
Thank you, Diana. That was a beautiful, to me, the whole thing was very quieting, and it actually reinforced my own feeling of needing to learn to not live in a dual world. I've been here for 50 years, and I'm still a little too dual. I'm trying to merge it before the end hits. This end. The offering. I want to just mention that the finance campaign was mentioned last week by our treasurer, Michael, and it's still active. There are cards in various places in the chairs, under the various chairs. We're certainly looking for some contributions. As Michael pointed out, we had a wonderful gift of $100,000, about 75 of which goes for all the building repairs that need to be done, including the driveway. But 25 going into a capital fund thing, and then hopefully another 25 springs up from within the congregation, both members and just visitors. So Amber, that's you. Anyhow, you're not out of this. Anyhow, the bottom line is we could use another 25,000, and frankly, I think that the wonderful thing about this whole campaign is, in 50 years, the church has not been very solid financially for a lot of years, but the truth is, with the gift of 100,000, 75 of which goes for the building to really put it in shape for the rest of the balance of my life at least, and 25,000 in capital fund thing and 25,000 in an operating fund, frankly, the church is in really solid shape, and really going forward will continue to be in solid shape, and that's a wonderful thing for this church, and I'm happy for it to continue. And I think most of you feel the same way. Anyhow, so if we think about the abundance being something that's comes from God, not necessarily your bank account or your Social Security check or your income or your investments, basically source is our source. So if we look at this, divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Oh, there they are. They got the baskets. Are we doing a song at this point or not? Oh, we are? Okay, Arden, jump in. Sarva, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, and the song is The Love in Me, page 177.
the act of giving is actually a primer of a pump that helps your source continue to supply you with all that you need, not only in financial resources, but in love, home, caring. Thank you very much. So we'll think we're going to do prayer for protection, I think. Are we going to pray for protection next? Oh, the announcements, okay. What announcements are there? Good heavens. Rudra, I'm getting confused here. Okay, I better take a look here. Well, we've got, of course, the picnic coming up, and everybody comfortable with the picnic? You know where Clinton Avenue and Westfall come together? When they come together, you take Westfall slightly to the west, heading towards Costco, Monroe Community Hospital, and on the left will be the center where the picnic's being held. Okay. Is there anything more I need to say on that? Meditation class, Joe Dispenza's Progressive Course by Daryl Chesley continues. Daryl's not here today. Noon meditation, 12 to 12:30. Liz Santa Maria and Catherine DaCosta. And if you don't know these two ladies, you should. They're probably as spiritually grounded as anybody in this place. Reiki, offered by certified Reiki specialists, Suzanne, Donna Lee, Lynn, Liz Santa Maria, returning Sunday, October 19th, before the service, 9:30 to 10:15 in the multipurpose room. Dynamic Laws of Prosperity by Catherine, Catherine Ponder. Yes, Ponder, okay, thank you. October 11th through November 8th, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Now, if you don't know, Leslie did a service here a week ago. Leslie is a powerful unity teacher. Larlene. Well, Leslie is too, truthfully. Leslie's actually pretty good. I think Larlene's got an edge on her, but bottom line, that's a class that I'm looking forward to because I know that Larlene is a powerful unity teacher. Leslie, you're going to be teaching too? Okay, good. But if you haven't experienced Larlene, do. Yes, Nancy?
If anybody wants the book that goes with the class, the book is The Law of Prosperity. Nobody signed up for the class yet, but if you want the book, you have to come in today or at 15 so I can order the books for you and have them ready when they're ready to start the class. Come see me if you want a book.
Okay, thank you, Nancy. I plan to attend. Frankly, I don't think prosperity's ever been much of an obstacle for me. I've had more other kinds of obstacles, but prosperity's not been one of them. But I'm going to attend because I know that Larlene, when she teaches, is powerful. And prosperity is more than just finances. Is there anything else we need to say? Is there another one? Prayer chaplains are available for personal prayer and support before and after every service, but I think most of you are probably eager to get out to that picnic.
We can pray at the picnic too.
There's no law against it. Prayer for protection. Pardon? Yeah. Janet. Church of Latter-day Saints, and also the Muslim Center. Thank you, Jen. Certainly, if you know where McQuaid is on Clinton. Do you know where McQuaid is? Well, you just take Clinton Avenue past McQuaid on your left, and then they come to Westfall and just take a quick right, and it's down there about a half a block on the left. Anyhow, yes, Babs is ready. This is it. Prayer for protection. Are you going to sing it?
We all know this one very well. So join in. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
You did a good job. I want to thank Sarva and Arden for your contributions today, and of course you always, and of course Diana and everybody else. Anyhow, if we make a circle, we'll sing the peace song.